Shubham, I'm Rahil Shahzad, Scientific Officer at Ayub Agriculture Research Institute, Faisalabad, and the topic of today's discussion is basics of EndNote soil value right. So before going to my lecture, I just want to take a couple of minutes to introduce you to my organization. The Ayub Agriculture Research Institute, Faisalabad, is a public sector organization which is working under the umbrella of Agriculture Department, Government of Punjab, and we are working on development of climate resilient crop varieties of different crops like pulses, oil seeds, wheats, vegetables, horticulture crops, and food crops. Apart from that, we are also working on plant protection activities and post-harvest crop management and development of crop production technologies in wake of climate change. And we are based, our headquarters is based in Faisalabad, and we have some outstations in, as mentioned, in different cities. So we at Agricultural Biotechnology Research Institute are working for crop improvement using tissue culture, genomics, genetic engineering, and the GMO testing approaches. And the different crops we are dealing with in tissue cultures are sugarcane and as listed in each technique. And we are also developing crop specific biofertilizers at our soil bacteriology section. So moving towards the main topic, the first question came into our mind while we are dealing with scientific writing is that why we have to go towards the literature and why literature is important. I want to describe this with an example. Let's assume that you are a young researcher and you have been inducted in a organization, and you are given a task to work on biofortification of a crop like wheat. And the first thing which will came into your mind is that, okay, I have to work on wheat, but what is deficient in wheat? For that, on which I have to do biofortification. For that purpose, definitely one will go towards the literature, and he will consult the literature, and from there he or she will be coming with an answer that, okay, wheat is deficient in zinc and iron, and we have to do biofortification in iron and of wheat for iron and zinc. Okay, the next question which suddenly came into the mind is that, okay, we have to biofortify wheat for iron and zinc, but which method should we use? Then again, you will go towards the literature, and you will find the answer of this question that, okay, there are conventional breeding techniques, there are crop wild relative, you can do wild hybridization, you can use GMO technique, you can use gene editing. So which one of them is best? You will go towards your lab, and okay, and you will assess your available resources, and you will select, okay, any one of them. For that purpose, you are seeking help from the literature. After your experimentation has been done and you are going to report your result, for that purpose, you will also need to go to the literature, and you will fetch literature support from there, supporting your results and for your discussion session and that. So at each and every step of your scientific research, you have to deal with the literature, and you have to manage the literature. There are a couple of terminologies which we need to understand before we go further into our topic, and that is difference between citations, references, and bibliography. These are oftenly used as alternative terms, but there are certain pet definitions of it. For example, when you quote a certain literature in your text, that is your citation. I mean, when you are quoting a literature inside your text, that is your citation. When you are referring it into at the end of your document, you are preparing the list, that is your reference list. And the whole literature which you have read during development of your concept, developing of your understanding, but maybe you may not mention some of those reports, papers in your document, but you have consulted those documents so that all the literature which you have consulted during your experimentation or during your write-up, that is your bibliography. we may see it clearly from this example. Suppose this is citation. This is reference of that citation, that particular citation, and the reference number 2, which is not actually cited in your paper, but you have consulted at some stage. So reference 1 and reference 2 collectively are your, this is your bibliography list. So I hope I may have been able to communicate that what is difference between citation, references, and bibliography. Okay, there are when we deal with the scientific writing, there are two types of main articles. One is a research article, and the second is a review article. So if we talk about research article, there are different sections of a research article, like varying from title towards the references. There are about 8 to 9 sections. This also depends upon the journal's requirement, but there are these are broad categories of a research paper. So when you are writing a research paper, you have to deal with the references, and in which section of a research paper, like you have to deal with the references in the introduction section, in the literature review section, similarly in the methods or materials on methods sections. And then definitely you are also preparing a references list at the end of your document, and you are also managing it. And when you have to fetch support for your results, then you will discuss them with reference to the previously reported literature. So you also have to manage references at the discussion part as well. So during write-up of a research article, in most of the parts you have to deal with the references. This is a simple research paper which is describing one or the other with the same concept, that we have to manage references in different parts of a research paper. So, okay. How many ideal number of references when you are going to write a research paper? What should be the ideal number of references? I am discussing these things just to build an idea that when we will go towards the reference management software, I can briefly explain that we have to manage how many number of references while you are writing a research paper and while you are writing a review article. So different studies have reported that when you are dealing with the research paper of different disciplines, like you are in general medicine and different disciplines, the number of references may vary from 30 to 60, but ideally when you are using too many references, then people will think about you that your work is unoriginal. And when you are using too less references, people will think that you are making up the things and your work is not original. So you have to be precise for selection of number of references. So this is a study reported that the number of references for different discipline is ideally about in a research paper is ideally about 30 to 50 approximately, and in most of the papers it may vary from 30 to 40. So ideally the reference range for research papers is between 30 to 50. Okay. When you go towards the review article, then you look at different activities you conduct during write-up of a review article. Then you in each of the activity listed here, you will see that you need to deal with references while conducting a literature survey. Definitely you are dealing with the references. When you are constructing your problem, you are dealing with the references. When you are writing introduction and other sections, you definitely have to deal with the references. So during write-up of a review article, at each stages you are dealing with the reference management. And the number of references in a review paper, for that purpose, I have listed some of our review articles published with some reputed journals. One of them is with Frontiers, and we have used 165 references in that. The other one is also with the Frontiers, and we used only 84 references in that. And one was from Saudi Journal of Biological Sciences, and it was 180 references. Similarly, in another paper, there were about 112 references. So if we conclude on this slide, so the number of references which we have to deal during write-up of a review article is about 100. It may vary plus 10 plus minus or something like that, but it also depends upon the journal's requirement. But ideally you have to minimally you have to deal with the 100 references at least while you are writing a review article. Okay. So if we are now coming towards our main topic, what is reference management? Why we are dealing with, why are we are talking about so much about the references management? For that, I have listed listed one of our paper, which is suppose it has only 6 references, and this is it is organized according to a journal style, say journal 1, and same paper is organized according to the another journal, say for example that is journal 2. So if we look at the citation section, so journal 1 requires that you have to write the name, second name of the first author along with title and year, and this is the way to write for journal 1. And if you go towards the journal 2, it will say ask you to write in a numbered way, so you have to give the citations in a numbered way. So if your paper unluckily get rejected from the journal 1 and you are moving towards the journal 2, so looking only at the citation section, you have to change the citation section from the naming system to the numbered system. So if we look at the references list and compare it with each other, so there is hell of difference between the journal 1 and the journal 2. So you have to make too many changes, and there are many commas and full stop you have to add during the write-up of your during arrangement of your references according to the style of journal 2. So let's suppose we as we have previously discussed that our references for a research article were about 30 to 50, and for our review article those were about 100. So if you have to arrange those 30 to 40 or 100 references and your paper has been rejected from journal 1 and you are going to submit it somewhere else in journal 2, and you have to spend at least 3 to 4 days for arrangement of your references according to the style of a new journal. So that will cost you too much time, and being a scientist you are busy in your conducting your research and some other activities, so you have to spare 3 to 4 days, which is practically impossible. So you cannot afford to manage these references or arrange these reference manually. So if we compare the benefits of a reference management software with a manual reference management, so when you choose reference management software, you are saving your time. Definitely this is time is a money and you are saving it. It is an easy way. Definitely you have you don't have to look all the time, okay, I have to add comma, full stop. The reference management software is doing this for it for yourself, and your efficiency is maximized, your error chances these are reduced. So you have to opt reference management software. If you are opting a reference management software, it will give you these sorts of benefit which you will not get during editing of your references manually. Okay, now we are there are different reference management softwares available in the market. So we have which reference management software should we use? There are EndNote, Reference Manager, and Mendeley, Zotero. So you have to choose according to your choice. So what the reference management softwares do search for you, they store literature for you, they share literature with your peers. They allow you to read it and they allow you to write it. So you have to choose which activity you want to perform, and so accordingly you will select your reference management software. There are different available, and I have listed the here that what benefit each of these is offering. So looking at this, you can select depending upon your objective. If you want to search, you have to look at some other reference management software. If you want to write it so you will look at the, okay, this reference management software offers good writing. So you have to choose it accordingly depending upon depending upon your objective. So why I prefer EndNote? What EndNote offers you more than the other reference management softwares? So if we look at this, so EndNote do multiple tasks for you, like it organize and group your reference list. You can organize your references in different, for example, you are writing a 2 to 3 articles simultaneously, and you want, okay, the references for article 1 should be organized in a separate group, and references for the article 2 in a separate. For that purpose, it allows you best, this software is best in organizing references in different groups and subgroups. It also generates in-text citations, and it all automatically creates references list while you are writing. It allows you to use different. It allows you to use to generate in-text citation and references list at the end of your documents. It also allows you to download different or import different references from different databases. Like you are reading an article and you want, okay, I need this reference and I want to quote it in my document. So this also favors you for this task. It allows you to attach PDF to the references and save annotations. You don't have to save your PDF separately in other folders. EndNote allows you to save your PDF along with your reference in the EndNote library without saving the article separately. It also allows you to perform quick research, and like you have hundreds of references in your library. You want to search one of those, you can do it easily. There are 6,000 journal styles in the EndNote library, which means that you can organize your paper according to 6,000 journals with single click. I mean to say, if you want to shift from journal 1 to 2, you will do it in a single click. If you want go for journal 3, 4, and so on, so you have to do it on a single click. It allows you to save your references on the cloud, and it also allows you to share these your literature with your peers, with your bosses, with which you are working. So there are multiple benefits of EndNote. That's why I prefer EndNote for reference management than other reference management softwares. Okay, now we move towards the EndNote installation. There are a couple of things which you need to understand. If you you can download EndNote from the Clarivate website. There are different versions available. See, for example, if you need EndNote X7, that is also available. X5 is also available, and now the latest one, X20, and its latest versions are available on this website. You can download one and download it and install it on your system using simple process that is usually used for installation of other softwares. You have to give 1-2 commands, and that is easily installed on your system. After installation, when you open EndNote, there will be a library. EndNote will ask you a library. Library is very important during working in with your EndNote, and when you open EndNote, it will ask you to create a library. I want to suggest a couple of things. One of them is that don't create your EndNote library at the C or Windows folder. The folder on which you have installed Windows, don't create your library over there, because when your window will get corrupted, or you have to reinstall your window, your library will be lost, and all the work which you have done will also be lost. So if you save your library other than the Windows or other folders like C or D or E folder of your PC, reinstallation of window will not affect your EndNote library, and you can retrieve and reuse it without any inconvenience. So during library creation, you have to keep these things in mind. Okay. When you have created your library, the preface of your EndNote will look like this, and you have to import the references from the Google Scholar, from Google Scholar, and bring them to your library and use them for scientific writing. I have placed one hands-on training of a couple of minutes over here, but unfortunately my laptop was not working and we are unable to do it right now. But to counter this, this is my YouTube channel, and I have placed up approximately, I have posted approximately 20 to 12 to 13 videos regarding EndNote. These videos explain you right from the start of installation towards the final end use of the EndNote. If you go to the this channel page, there are 12 tutorials, and you can simply follow those, and you can also install using the guidelines provided in those videos. You can use in-text citation. It will also provide how to write using EndNote. There are videos about some troubleshoot problems which you can face during the your dealing with the EndNote. So if anyone is interested on learning of basics and all the installation and rest of the process for the use of EndNote, this is highly recommended. And I thanks to Dr. Umar Akram and Graduate Resource Center, Muhammad Wasti University of Agriculture, for providing me this opportunity and allowing me to share my experience with all of you. Thank you very much. If anyone have any question, please, I'm always welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Rahil, for your nice presentation. We welcome our friends, our colleagues from the Turkey. We have Miss Dr. Bahar Yildiz with us, and we also have some more friends from Turkey who has listened and joined this session. So now the floor is open for question and answer. You can use raise hand option, or you can also type the question in chat box or question answer box. I can put a question from the behalf of students that is this software is a free of cost, or do we need to buy EndNote or something else?
Sir, this is basically a paid software. You cannot, but you have options of trial version for 30 days. 30 days trial version is freely available as most of the cases of software. But if you are using it for longer period of time, so definitely you have to buy it. But if you need it for say for 30 days or for writing of a paper and you just uninstall it, then you can reinstall it using later on. But for it is a paid software.
Okay, thank you. We have one question from Mr. Saidur Rahman Lagari. He said that Dr. Rahil Shahzad, sir, what can you learn us about our program? So I think he want to ask that, do you have some videos tutorial on our program?
Thank you. But right now I am not having any. I have some expertise on our software, but currently I am not. I didn't prepare any tutorial on it, but I am working on it. And there are some other softwares like there are some. But I am planning for it. Right now there is no tutorial available on our software. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have message from Dr. Bahar Yildiz. She said, thank you very much for this very well prepared and informative seminar, and she gives us best wishes. Thank you, madam, for your comment. So anyone else from the participants?
Dr. Shoaib, let me speak something. I have prepared a 2 to 3 minutes hands-on, but due to internet connectivity issue and I it was on my laptop and we can do it. But anyhow, still students can go to the page I have mentioned, and I have provided complete detail about it, and one can easily learn from that. Even if anyone having any trouble, I have left my WhatsApp number over there. They can contact me, and I will be very happy to provide assistance on it.
Okay, thank you. Or you can share the uploaded link of your YouTube channel. You can
Yes.
share it with me, then I will share it with the students.
Yes, inshallah, I will share it with
Okay.
you, definitely, sir.
Okay, we have one question from Mr. Shees Sharif. She said, sir, for the universities like UAF and MNS they have their own reference style. Does every version of EndNote have extension for this style? It means
Okay,
I think
this is very good question, and let's talk about the UF. UF is having a reference management style for their thesis and for synopsis, but although it is not available in the EndNote, but you can generate your own style. It is very easy. It will cost you about 10 to 15 minutes, and you will be able to generate your own style. And the video tutorial for this purpose is also on my YouTube channel. But you can generate your own style if it is not available in 6,000 journal style that is already available in your library. You can generate one of your own, and it will cost you about 15 to 20 minutes only.
Okay, thank you. Then I think that we can arrange one more session later on, so that in which you can give us hands-on training on
Yes,
designing.
sir, definitely. I can travel to Multan as well if
different style. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Inshallah, if you ask me, I can also travel to your organization, and we can have a live physical session over there about and definitely that will be more productive than this online sort of stuff.
Thank you. We have one comment from Dr. Nadeem Iqbal. He said, a very informative presentation. Thank you for organizing this session. Thank you, sir, for your comment. So, anyone else who want to ask question must grab opportunity from this platform, because it is a good session regarding citation, because a lot of students who are writing their synopsis or who are working on their thesis work, they must use this handful software to save their time. Okay, I guess there are no more questions from the participants. At the end, I would really thank Mr. Rahil Shehzad for your time, and we hope that we will continue this activity in future.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, sir. Jazakallah.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.